Morph and Ivy Collective begins now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I'm sorry about yesterday. We just had some pretty severe storms and had to hang out in the basement. But we are here today with myself. I'm Ashley of Catalina Morph Mixer, and this is my beautiful daughter. This is Crysta with Catalina Morph Mixer.
And I'm Becky with Onyx and Ivy.
And together we are the Morph and Ivy.
We are the Morph and Ivy Collective.
Oh my goodness.
How's it going over there, guys?
Oh, we're getting it together. It's just been crazy. I have surgery next Friday, so just kind of been prepping and trying to get things done, and it's coming quicker than I would like. Get prepping for our expo tomorrow, and
yes, I'm so excited.
Tomorrow, so yeah, we're just getting ready for that, and that will be my last show. Probably, I'm thinking probably till Tinley, but kind of just depends how I heal afterwards. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's just been going, and I've moved my the hatchlings got moved up, and the hatchling rack got moved up yesterday. I've got the new incubator in upstairs, and moved the podcast area upstairs. I'm trying to get everything ready for when I'm not allowed to do anything at all.
That's exciting. Cool. Any exciting ball python news? Any like pairings or anything exciting from the last couple weeks?
So yeah, we definitely just been pairing and going, and really hoping to hit some of the Ultramel different combos going on, and
yeah,
of course Ultramel puzzles, and we got some of the pied, and like my one panther leopard pied boy went to Becky's gravel pied girl.
Hell yeah.
And we've got the the pastel chocolate female of yours. She's double het hypo and DG going to my hypo YB DG boy. So yeah, getting some good combinations. Got some other good kryptons and bells, and I got a lot of different things, puzzles, all sorts of fun things. So yeah,
that's
it's gonna
awesome.
be good. I'm excited for some babies, and I can't wait to see the colors and everything that comes out. And how about on your end?
I've just been, trying to prep for our expo tomorrow. So if anyone doesn't know, there's a local, like regional one that Ashley and I do like roughly every other week. It's usually twice a month. So it's always fun. I get to go down to like the greenhouse that's somewhat close to me, and I get to kind of just go on a little shopping spree for inventory. So it sates my my need to buy plants, even though I'm going to be selling them. It's like I get to kind of live vicariously through like the customers, and I get to buy a whole bunch of stuff. So I've been prepping for that, been labeling stuff. And that's pretty much it. We don't have any breeding going on here at my house just yet. So
but didn't you get a new boy in yesterday?
Oh, you're right. I did. I almost forgot. So I got lucky with one of those Morph Market auctions where like no one else realized it was going, and somehow I managed to score a het zebra, het hypo boy for $25. So
crazy. Yeah.
Yes, I am super excited for that. I am very excited for a potential future project with the zebra gene. So I think it's going to be really, really exciting. And I might have some things in the works for bringing on some adult female puzzle breeders. So that's potentially in the works. Shout out to Randy over at Dark Cloud.
Yeah, Randy.
You're the best.
Yes,
so yeah, lots of fun stuff. Oh, awesome. Becky, your plants are so awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of a bit of a jungle around here right now. You can't see obviously what's going on behind the camera, but I'm literally just 360 surrounded by plants right now, especially with the expo coming up. So it looks a little crazy over here, but honestly, I love it. It's my happy place.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. I love it. Well, Miss Crysta, welcome to the Morph and Ivy Collective.
Welcome.
So, Catalina Morph Mixer started because of this girl right here. So, can you tell the people what drew you to reptiles? Because you begged me for years, and then I finally caved. So, nice and loud. Let the people hear your voice.
It's just kind of like building the connection with the animals, and it's just they're like exotic animals, and not a lot of people have them. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How about, can you guys share like the origin story of Catalina Morph Mixer? Because I've heard it a couple times, but I think there's going to be a few people out in our audience that maybe haven't heard how this kind of came to be.
So yeah, Crysta had bugged me for snake for quite a while, and I was never a person who was afraid of them. I just didn't want one more thing to take care of, and I just didn't have any knowledge on it. So yeah, she had a bird, and that bird had passed away as like a week or week and a half after we had owned it, and the pet store was not going to honor the return. Wouldn't give me money back, didn't have any other birds to exchange, and all they had was a snake. And actually, Crysta had just had surgery. She wasn't even with me. This was all me at this moment. So, okay. I'm in that moment. I was like, you know what? The guy's like, all I can trade you, like, give you in return is the snake. This is what I've got. And in that moment, I was like, oh, I am not going to lose my money. So yeah, I took the snake because I knew my kid wanted one, and then I'm not out the money. Well, needless to say, then that snake ended up being super skinny. She was like 2 years old, looked like a hatchling, layers and layers of stuck shed, mites. Like, that was my introduction into the ball python game. And but that's when I found Dat Cichlids and Reptiles in McHenry, and they helped, and that's where all this knowledge came. And we went there all the time, and just learned so much. And how did it kind of grow for you? Like, how did you like start getting more and more into it?
I was just kind of like seeing all the different colors, like made me want to kind of like collect them all.
Yeah.
And like they each have their own like special personality, and it just kind of like.
Can you hear her? Okay.
Yes, the volume is good.
I'll make sure. Awesome. I'll make sure. Well, I guess, this is sensitive subjects. We are going to be talking, more about depression and just different anxiety and things that have happened, and how these animals have just helped you, process some of this. And yeah, I guess, do you want to start with the man you're holding right now and what had happened and just kind of depression and stuff that has even been leading up to it? Because we were talking a lot even before that, correct? So go ahead and just tell your side of things.
Where do I start? Like, how I want.
Well, who do you have? Who are you holding?
Why don't you get into that story? Yeah.
This is my bearded dragon. His name is Chicken. I've had him for 2 or 3 years.
How did you name him Chicken?
I couldn't decide between names, so I just picked a lot of different names that I liked and put it in a bowl, and we picked it out of the bowl, and that's how his name became Chicken.
That's awesome. I absolutely love that. He is such a dapper little gentleman.
Do you want to talk about how we came to acquiring Chicken?
So for maybe like a year, I was begging my mom to give me a bearded dragon, but she kept saying no, just like the snakes. And I started getting I was like kind of depressed around that time and just kind of leading up to it. And then one day something happened with a bunch of my old friends, and my mom picked me up early from school, and we went to Dad's, and he was there. Someone dropped him off, and he was free, and my mom said yes. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, she had a really not so great things, some things that were done to her that just were not very kind. And Chicken was dropped off maybe 15 minutes before we had arrived there, because I had asked her, I'm like, okay, since I picked her up early for knowing she was having a hard time, like the principal actually called me and was like, why don't you just come pick her up and have a day with her because of what she has just went through. So I asked her, I said, we can go anywhere. Where do you want to go? of course, she's like, I want to go to Dats and I want to hang out with the reptiles. And then we walked in, and then yeah, he was there. And how has he helped you? When you're feeling like anxiety or you're feeling depressed, like does it help you like when you're holding him instead of just like laser focus on the issue that's going on?
Yeah, holding him definitely like distracts me from like the feelings, and then I just kind of like talk to him like he's like my therapist.
Yeah. So we know there's definitely, we've been through a lot with some different anxiety and depression things going on, correct? What is something you feel beyond the reptiles that has helped you?
There, like, I started going to like church, and that helped me a lot. I made a bunch of new friends that like me for me and don't like pressure me to do things that I don't want to do. And I've just gotten like a lot closer to like God, and I just feel more like, I don't know, like free. Like I don't feel like I'm trapped in a cage.
Yeah. You're more confident in yourself, right?
Mm.
Yeah. I think for me, as her mother, I am so proud of you and your growth and how far you've come. I mean, if we go from sophomore year to now, I mean, she's graduating here very soon, and I cannot believe how much you've grown into this young woman. And I think a big thing is I'm a very open and honest person, and even when you do something wrong, what's the one thing I say?
Don't lie.
Don't lie. I will be more mad about someone lying to me than anything else. If you come to me with the truth, like I say, when you lie to me, I get mad. When you don't lie to me, we talk about it. All right? Yeah, they're learning. But do you think having open and very blunt and honest conversations about literally everything has helped?
Yeah, it makes me feel like I don't have to like hide my feelings from you or anyone else, and it just helps a lot to like talk about my feelings to someone.
Yeah. Do you think it helped you like want to open up more?
Mm.
What is something you think I could have done differently to help you?
I don't really know. I feel like you were just always there for me and always let me talk to you.
No, thank you.
I mean, for me, as like as an outsider looking in, I mean, I can just see that you guys have a phenomenal relationship. I mean, Ashley, you've done such a great job with your girls. They are just
Oh, thank you.
wonderful, well-rounded people. It just shines through. Like every time I've met both of them, they're just wonderful kids. So
They're pretty awesome. I definitely am lucky. They are the young ladies that they both are, for sure. Even when they're being, well, the youngest is more the sassy one, but
But that's awesome that you've found such a great outlet. I mean, high school is so hard, especially for girls. I feel like it's a rough time. And when you can find a healthy outlet to kind of pour your energy into, it's so awesome. And like for me, I'm a little bit similar with my plants. For me, prior to getting into the plant hobby, I've struggled with anxiety and depression most of my life. And I've kind of gone in and out of hobbies, especially also having ADHD. It's very easy to hyperfixate on something, and then when it's not like new and exciting anymore, it just kind of like fades away until you find your next hobby. But with plants, it was the coolest thing. It had kind of like filled something in me that I didn't even realize was missing. It just being able to care for something else that like wasn't my kids or something like that. Like it
Right.
was just it was my own thing, and like I got to pour my energy into it, and then I could in turn see my plants thrive. And it just gave me like this calm and this peace and this joy that I just don't get from other hobbies. And I feel like I feel the same now that I'm slowly getting into reptiles, just getting able to see what that effort gets you. It's just incredible. And I think it's it's like a form of medicine that you can't really get from anything else. There's a piece to it. I could spend a whole day doing plant chores, you know, like going through, watering, cleaning up any. Sorry, my cat is like yelling over here. I don't know if you can hear her. Kitom, go, honey. You can leave her, Elena. It's okay, baby. I've got one of my kids right here. So I mean, just I can spend a whole day, you know, propping plants, you know, making up cuttings, and just like I can throw on an audiobook and I can just go into this world and just relax in a way that I can't do in other settings. And I feel like it's very, very similar in the reptile hobby.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, Becky,
Yeah.
we have, but I'm assuming that means bioactive
Active
enclosures. Now, what plants would you recommend for us to put in our crested gecko enclosure? Fantastic question. So you want something that can tolerate, you know, a slightly higher humidity, can deal with being moist. There's a lot of ferns that are fantastic for that. A lot of ferns can tolerate, you know, being moist pretty frequently. Polka dot plants, nerve plants, those are all really, really good. You could also get away with like various forms of Tradescantia. Those are fantastic. Trying to think what else I recommend frequently. You can also do rattlesnake plants are really, really good. Those will give you some nice like vertical height in your plants. So those mosses are fantastic. You just want to pay attention to things that are reptile safe. So Hoyas, peperomias, those are all really good options too.
There you go. You got a bunch to go research now and pick out which one you like. So, Miss Crysta, do you want to share the experience about Mitsuki and her personality and overcoming that with her, and how just that whole progress of that first time you gave her a little kiss on the head and the whole progress with Mitsuki and her nickname?
Like,
First, what
So
species are we discussing?
she's a ball python. I don't know what morph she is.
She might just be a normal. It's fine. A lot of readers have told me they don't think she is. There was a flub with the shed testing. It was incorrect, and so it is what it is. But anyway, continue.
So when we first got her, she didn't want to be touched or even looked at all.
Very
She
spicy.
she would strike at me through the cage every time I just like looked at her. But then eventually, like with my mom encouraging me to like hold her, and like my mom got me a snake hook, and that helped a lot. And I just kind of take her out, even if it was just like for 2 minutes, just to hold her. And sometimes I just kind of sit by her, and she just kind of get used to me
And read to her, yeah.
Yeah. And then eventually, like, I'd have my younger sister and like my mom like be around her too, just to get used to other people. And we just kind of kept working on our relationship, and now she's like a lot better. Not 100%, but a lot better.
After she laid eggs, she got a little spicy again after that. Like
Yeah.
when she became mom mode, she's like, but it's getting better for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still
That's
open
awesome.
her.
Sometimes it's okay. Go ahead.
When I open her bin, she'll still like hiss at me, but she doesn't strike at me, and I can just boop her on the head and pick her up and just sit with her, and we'll like watch movies and stuff together.
Oh yeah. I have a picture from the first time you kissed her on the head, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, you let me do it!" Yeah,
that's awesome.
And what is her nickname?
Her nickname is Mitt Poopy because she's very poopy.
She's very poopy.
When she's being spicy, her name is Mitt Poopy.
Okay. Okay.
When she's being sweet, it's Mitsuki.
That's hilarious. I love that nickname.
When it comes to social media, because for some of us older people that were born before the dinosaurs, this is my child. When she was little, I was cooking and she goes, "Mom, what year were you born?" I was like, 1984. She's like, "You were born before the dinosaurs?" So now that's just a thing. I am older than the dinosaurs. So yes, for us old people, what advice would you give to kids getting on social media and like Snapchat and all that?
Definitely just add people that you know, like, from like school, or if you have a job, or if you've like, I don't know, just like met up with them, and like just make sure they're people that you know and they're just not strangers. And
And why would you, can you talk a little bit about your experience with that? And can you actually give the advice that your mother gave to you right before it happened to you?
I don't remember what that was.
I gave her advice basically about not sharing information or with talking to people you don't know. And I remember I showed you a video of what could happen.
Oh yeah.
And then it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you'd like to now, you can go into a little deeper in that.
I did not listen to my own advice, and I would just kind of add random people and talk to random people, and I would give out like some personal information, which I definitely should not have done, and it led to some bad things happening. So I just recommend not doing that.
Yeah. And do you think you realize now, after like hindsight, that when I was trying to help you with those things, it was literally just to help you? And, so I guess as a teenager, like, what can you encourage kids to, like, when their parents are trying to give that advice, or what advice do you give to the parents to help out their teenager? Probably more likely. Or do you think you're just going to learn and, give give the advice, but I mean, you're going to listen or you're not, you're going to not listen.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of depends on the kid. If you know they'll listen, then definitely like try to talk to them about it. But if you know they won't, then they just kind of have to learn on their own. And
I had to learn that lesson too in high school. Back in the day, it was a little more common to like hang out in these random chat rooms, and I remember I was in a chat room, and someone had reached out to me, and they wanted to go chat separately, and I was like, oh yeah, like she seemed super nice and all this stuff, and we shared a bunch of personal stuff, and it turned out to be some guy posing as another like girl my age, and just a lot of unfortunate things happened. They reached out to me like a couple months later, like trying to blackmail me, like on a different on like Facebook, saying they were going to like reach out to like every single person on my contact list unless I did X, Y, and Z. And it was terrible. It felt like my entire world was crashing down. I think I was either a freshman or a sophomore, I think, in high school. And it was the scariest experience. And I think for a lot of kids, you just don't realize what the danger really could be, or you think you know better than like your boring parents or whatever. And it's just, they do this professionally, like they intentionally seek out these people and children and vulnerable people online, and they're experienced in it and they know what to say. And it's so sad. And I think kids just don't have the world experience yet to realize like the level of risk and danger that's potentially out
100%.
there. Like it's crazy. Like even with my case, like it ended up with, we had to involve the police. They had to escalate to like the FBI. And I found out years later that they actually found this guy in Florida, and he had hundreds of victims, hundreds.
Jeez. Yeah.
It was insane, but you're not alone.
Pretty much that's what pretty similar what happened to Crysta. Yeah.
You're not alone. Unfortunately, I think this happens to a lot more people than people are like admit, because it can feel embarrassing. It can feel like shameful. So just know that you're not alone. And yeah, I think we just do our best now to hopefully educate other people
Right.
and help share our experience and say like, hey, like this can happen. It does happen.
Yeah.
So you're very brave for being willing to share your experience with us.
100%. And I feel, I definitely feel being very blunt and honest and just open and having the uncomfortable conversations definitely helped, because when that did happen, she came directly to me. It was
Oh, good.
immediate. And I tried to think like, okay, what would have happened if she didn't come to me? Now, don't get me wrong. I told that person pretty much to F off. And I made very clear in those messages, like, this is a minor, blah, blah, blah. Like, like you will be in deep shit, basically. And yeah, it definitely stunk, and it was a hard learning process. And that, in my family, their depression just runs in my family. My mom and brother and stuff like that. And so I guess, I've been around it, and that's honestly, it's one of the reasons like I choose to be happy, because I've lived with that around me so much. So I found it, I believe I found it a little hard, like trying to relate a bit with Crystal. I was trying to figure out like, how do I talk to you about this where I'm being effective, where I think of times where I came in hot, like, hey, boom, 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 we need blah blah blah, we don't need to do this. And I've come to her afterwards because I'm like, man, that might have been a little bit too much, like so I would talk to her after and be like, hey, like, how did I handle that for you? Did that help you? Did that push you? Like, or was that over the line? And like, I tell her, I'm like, this is the first time I'm raising a kid this age and going through this, like with you. So like, we need to figure out what helps you together. I will use my knowledge to try to help, and obviously, just more world experience. But I think it's so important to have that open line of communication so you feel comfortable to come and talk to me about what is going on. Because I will talk to you about pretty much anything that needs to be talked about. So mom has no shame. But
Good.
but I really believe in just being a truthful, upfront person. Like that's like I remember Crysta one day coming back and being like how I can't remember. We were sitting at the table, probably playing some game like we normally do, and like the thing I was like the most proud of, and you're like, "Are you the most proud of because I'm weird? I didn't follow everybody in line." I'm like, "Yes, you're your own individual, 100%."
Yes.
Like
That's awesome.
yeah. And after like after you and the friends, because you guys were friends from grade school into high school. So after those friendships ended, in which way did the animals, the reptiles, just even help you kind of get through that? Was it, taking care of them? Was it learning about them? And your artwork, so like how did these guys really help you go through that process where it wasn't, I'm coming to mom or something like that? How did they help you in those moments?
Just like they were like always there for me, and like again, it's like holding them was a distraction, and like thinking about how I get to take care of something that's alive, and then like it just like
It gave you like a purpose in a
Yeah.
sense. Oh yeah, of what to be doing. And yeah, because we all have a love of animals in this house. There's no denying that. What breeder did you like to watch the most that kind of started this inspiration?
there is a few of them.
What was your name? What was your main one? I know.
I know, I'm trying to think.
Brian Barchak? Do you want me to say it? Yeah, she used to. Yeah, that's her. Brian Barchak. She watched him a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, she really got into that. And then Who's next? What hoodie are you wearing?
Canova. I watched him a lot.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
And who did, like, even the hoodie? We got to get it re-signed. It's kind of fading, but she had him sign this hoodie she wears. She wears it quite a bit.
And then also my business class, I made like a poster is like to look like the front of a magazine, and I brought it to I think Tinley.
Yeah.
And I had him sign it, and I gave him
Oh,
one.
nice.
Yeah, and he put it in his own home office, which is awesome.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? Like, it just, and she put a lot of work into that, and yeah, she doesn't get into all the morphs so much, and like what will make what. Again, we're young and we have a boyfriend and all the fun things. Yes. But she definitely just loves spending that time cuddling with the animals, and she has been a huge help with me being injured and, you know, taking care of the animals and the rodents and stuff like that, and, you know, really super helpful with that. So I really appreciate it for sure. How does it feel for you taking on more of a responsibility? I know how it feels some days, but how, you know, like
Some days it's hard, but then it's also, I feel like it kind of helps me realize that I'm gonna have a lot of responsibilities when I'm older, and I feel like it will help me when I become an adult to like how to control like my emotions, like when there's a lot of pressure like with these responsibilities.
yeah. And you know, one thing is, so, you know, we do quite a bit of expos. And Crysta used to not want to talk at all. Like, this would have never ever happened like a year ago, months ago even. But and she used to have, you know, major panic attacks when even having to get up and talk in front of the classroom. And so when doing expos and my kids wanted another snake or that stuffed animal or whatever there, I say they'd have to sell a snake for it to happen. So I would just walk away from the tables occasionally when it wasn't, you know, too busy, and I would just watch from afar. And I say, hey, you know, I've got my phone on me. You text me, call me if, you know, if there's something you think you can't handle. But that forced her and her sister to have to talk to people to learn those sales tactics a little bit, and they both sold some. And I mean, do you feel like me forcing you to do that has really helped you get up and talk in front of people and talk to people?
Yeah, I do. And I think even just the reptiles too, because like even for school now, like doing like presentations and like projects, it's mainly all about reptiles now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, before the teacher would have her do her presentation, you know, later after school or during lunch, whatever, when no one else was there, just because the panic attacks that came with it.
Yeah.
But now she can do it. And this is just having the reptiles and getting, you know, more confidence in yourself, really, and learning. You know, I've always told you, is like, you have to learn to love yourself before you're loving anything else or anyone else. And being confident in yourself, right? We've had many of those conversations. Because being in a relationship, or, you know, that thing over there isn't what's going to make you happy, isn't, you know, it's going to give you some temporary enjoyment, you know, temporary fulfillment, but you've got to find it in yourself first, which we all struggle with, even us dinosaurs.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I'm one where, and I've told my kids, you know, like, yeah, I don't really cry in front of people. I generally am just pretty much happy, and, you know, like, I do not show my emotions nearly as much as like my daughter does. And I will say, like, at first when she was younger, it was hard for me because I just want to be like, why are you thinking like that? Let's just switch this off, like, we're good, you know. So I also had to like think about, like, be in her shoes and what am I going to do to help her, because it's not about me. So I've told her, like, it is okay that you are crying. It is okay that you have your feelings. If anything, you are better than me right now, because I don't do that. Like, I keep it to myself and I go hide in my room and be like, oh my goodness. Like, you know, like, you know, I mean, I would say, like, I'm very proud that she feels comfortable enough showing those emotions and talking to people, and even different job careers she's thinking about now, like, well, she would have never thought of. Like, I just love seeing that she has learned to process her emotions, how to handle them, not let them get so out of control. And just, yeah, just like what was really working for her. And then it's just been as a mom, it's been really amazing to see that growth. And I
It's
just can't wait to see what you do in the future. Like,
it sounds like you both have like learned a lot from each other. Like it's
sure.
you've both grown and like been able to see like both sides of the coin and like kind of meet somewhere in the middle. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think you have to, and I think that's just relationships in general. You have to be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand where are they coming from, because it's not just about my opinion and that's it and that's right. They've got their own stuff as well. And you got to figure out what makes you both happy, how you can both help each other. And not just be stubborn and say, oh, it's this way or no way. Like, no, there's many ways and everybody's got their own way. And I'm here to support that and figure out how to support it in the best way I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. Huh. So, I mean, I'm going to give her one test here. Because I want to see,
Okay.
because we always test this animal and I want to see if she gets it.
Okay.
Know who it is?
Is it tinsel?
No. I wouldn't do that one to you yet. Who's the other one?
MJ?
Batman.
Um,
What is all in Batman?
Don't they have like bongo, fire?
Wrong. You know what? No, I won't. I'll give you the bongo because he was supposed to have bongo and then he didn't. So I'll
Okay.
give you that, but he has no bongo, but he did, but
He was
doesn't.
supposed to.
Yes. Okay, so keep going.
Bongo, but no bongo.
Right.
Basically. Does he have fire in him though?
Mm-hmm. And then what makes up a Batman?
I thought that is.
God, I should know that because I have a snake that's coming to me that's a Batman and I honestly don't know what's in that off the top of my head.
Well, think about the first thing. Like, what starts with a C?
I don't know. There's a lot.
It's true.
L.
I don't remember.
Oh,
clown.
There you go, clown.
Um,
Think something with a nose.
spot.
Now I'm like,
Got nose. Yeah. One
now
more.
I'm like looking this up myself.
What did we think Mitt Poopy was?
Wasn't it like? The only one I remember was like leopard or something.
Yes, leopard. So leopard.
Spot nose clown.
There you go. Fire. That's what he is. So I said I'm gonna make flashcards, and that's because when we eat dinner, like we like to play different games, and I'm like, I'm gonna make different cards, and we're gonna have like a little quiz, like, all right, this is Batman, who's that, or this is Tinsel, and sometimes we've done it before, but like I just think it helps the kids learn. My youngest works a little bit more.
Okay.
And she, she's like, I want to breed this and that, and I want to make this, and which I like, and even Crysta, she chose to breed her snake Boo, which is we thought it was just bamboo, but it turned out he was bamboo het TSK because I let Crysta choose who to pair him to, and then when the babies came out, I was like, oh, these don't look like how we've made like bamboo pinstripes before. These are a lot. Half the babies are just like a lot brighter and cleaner. They almost look desert ghostish, and and that's how we found out. It's like, if I didn't give her that opportunity, I probably wouldn't have paired them to anything, and I wouldn't have found that out. So like, I think it's also like I've told other people, like, yeah, let my kids choose here and there, and they're like, I can't believe you would do that, and I'm like, well, why not? That's how I get them.
Why not?
I want them to be excited about it, and some of these snakes are theirs, and I want them to experience it. And who would you want to pair up this year?
Well, I guess we kind of already did what I wanted.
What?
It was just the two albinos.
Yeah, we already did that.
Yeah.
What would be your next?
I don't know, probably MJ with someone. I don't know who he would be able to go with. But
What
he's
is he?
Becky, MJ is to your female. So what is MJ? It's a pied.
Oh, he's pastel panther leopard pie.
Yeah, you got it.
He's going to my gravel pied girl. I just didn't know his name. Now I know.
Now you know.
Oh, that's not his full name.
What about Cookies and Cream? Or what about Star?
Oh yeah.
Or even Basil?
Basil.
Okay, how about this? If you could pair anybody to Basil this year, who would it be? And why? So Basil is a pewter yellow belly. So that's pastel, cinnamon, and yellow belly.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know, who could she go with?
Anybody, pick someone. This is a wildest dreams. This is like in our basement. Who would you pick?
I don't really know because I don't really know what they would look like. Like any
That's
of
the
them
thing.
together.
Like, who do you think? Like,
That's-
that would look cool.
That's where I get tripped up
This is
too.
the
I'm
game we
like,
get to
this
play with
sounds
breeders.
cool, but I have no clue what it would look like.
Yeah, this is how as a breeders we're like, ooh, I wonder how that would look together. Yeah, that's exactly. Welcome to breeding, dear.
Have we done Nacho to her?
Nacho? No. So Nacho, no, Nacho you could do.
Have we?
No, we have not.
Who did we do with her like last year?
So Nacho is platinum, lesser, citrus pastel, Hitari, possible Atari. This one came from Dark Clouds. He's possible Atari because all of my babies last year in the clutch came out Hitari. There was one bell in there, and it was the only female. So I can't say for sure if that 100%. If it's an Atari male, but that might be something to try. See?
That can be cool. Look at that.
You're
Look
getting
at you making breeding plans over there.
Do you want to tell us how you got Basil?
Oh, so it was towards the beginning of like all of this. Like we weren't even breeding yet. We were just kind of like getting snakes as pets. I think she was the third.
Yeah, and our first like ready to go breeder.
Yeah, I went to Dad's one day and they showed me her and I just like fell in love with her and I was begging my mom for probably like a month or two.
You know, it's a theme here. I was begging my mom.
And then my mom took me into Dad's on my birthday.
Mm-hmm. We went to the restaurant, like the meat and potato place. You want to go? Yeah. Oh, she thought she was not getting that snake. I had her fooled. And I went the day before and I decorated the tub. It said like happy birthday and all this stuff.
Aww.
So yeah, and then I walked in front of her and started recording. And then go for it.
And then I saw the bin and it had all the decorations on it. And then wasn't it Justin?
Justin and Christine were there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then who was it that pulled her out? Oh, I think it was Justin that pulled her out.
Probably.
Yeah, and then Justin from that pulled her out and handed her to me and said that this is your snake, and I didn't believe him at first.
Oh yeah, she was like really like this is mine, like, and she starts crying, and it was so good.
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
So like that's one, like that's just another one like we just can't sell. Like we've gone back and forth on it and talked about it. So I'm like, I don't really know what I want to use her for. But it's like, I just can't sell that one. She's got,
No, you keep that forever.
Like that was such a good experience. I love those moments. And
what morph is she?
So that's the pewter yellow belly, the pastel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, her name is Basil. She has like a very olive green tone to her.
Ooh,
She's very pretty.
cool.
She's a big girl. But,
okay.
What snake do you think you were most surprised to get?
Probably my boa Autumn, because I was begging my mom for her too. And we go to Dad's on my mom's birthday, and she got me the boa.
I went in to get a snake
for her own birthday.
Yeah, I went in to get a snake for myself, and she really wanted this boa, so she got a snake for my birthday.
That's hilarious. That's something I would do. Like, oh, it's my birthday? Okay, let's get you a snake.
Right? Like, oh man. What about Cheeto when I brought him home?
Oh yeah, I wanted a hognose for forever. I was begging
Yeah.
my mom for that too. And I think he went to Tinley by yourself, like without me and Ava.
Yeah, I was picking up a lot of snakes for like Dad's and everything. I was doing a quick trip,
And I think I had a concert too.
maybe.
But then I got back home, and then my mom came home, and she told me to grab this like white like paper bag. Or
Yeah, it was an orange bag, so it was from the
yeah, it was
Harbins.
orange. It was,
Yeah,
it was
Oh,
orange.
okay, yeah.
I thought it was white.
I've got the
But,
picture. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was orange, and I look in there, and there's a bright orange hognose in there, and I immediately
Cool.
thought of the name Cheeto.
He looks like a Cheeto. Yeah.
I'm sure he does, yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, totally awesome. I got her picture with her face up, like, oh, it was awesome.
That's so cool.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so I know you guys have like a bunch of different species like in your house. So, Crysta, what would be your favorite species out of all the ones that you guys have?
Probably my hognoses, just because they're kind of derpy looking.
Oh yeah, they're so derpy. That's the best part about those snakes.
Yeah. But if we were going based off of like a specific snake, probably be ball python, because
Okay.
most of my favorites are ball pythons.
Which ones are your favorites besides Mitsuki and Basil?
There's Boo.
Oh, Boo is definitely like number one.
He's my favorite. He's like the sweetest. He's never hissed or struck at me, and he lets me like pet his head and kiss him. And,
Aw,
Yeah, he's a good boy.
that's so sweet.
There's Sally. She's a freeway. I don't think there's anything else, right?
Yeah, I think she might have. I have a feeling maybe there's like something else going on in there, just because she's. But we'll just go with Freeway right now. So
yeah, and then there's Cookies and Cream. She's another freeway with some
Het
other
Clown, yeah.
stuff. And there's Star. I don't remember anything that she is. She's like bright yellow.
I'd have to look that up. I think she's
Ooh.
like I don't know. She's one of the Het Puzzle girls I got from Randy. She's got a lot going on.
Oh,
I can't remember.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
What about the VPI boy?
oh yeah, and then he doesn't have a name.
I know. I haven't let her. There's one snake from Randy that I have here that I'm supposed to sell. And this child is doing what? She's begging me for this snake. And this is the pinstripe VPI Xanthic triple het puzzle hypo pied. I'm like, why do you have to pick the expensive ones? Like,
Whoa. Yeah, you have expensive taste, girlfriend.
but yeah, and what did you just get for your graduation / 18th birthday present?
Did I get it? Oh,
What did I get? She says.
What did I
have a
get?
snake first. My last favorite snake,
Oh,
Her
you're
name
doing we're
is-
on favorite snakes still. Okay.
Yeah.
We're still on favorites.
yeah, is Meep. She's some sort of banana.
She's banana VPI Xanthic.
Meep. I
Meep.
absolutely love. I love that name so much.
Krista comes up with some good names down there. Yep.
That's
And
awesome.
there's also Moo Moo. She's a hognose. I don't remember exactly what she is, but she's like black and white, and she kind of has like a green undertone to her.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to come over and meet all of these babies.
Yes. What about Justine?
Oh yeah, there's Justine. She was kind of like a rescue.
She was a rescue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just walking around at an expo. I think it was the Scott Smith one.
Yeah, this one someone had this massive girl in a very tiny container. There was no air holes. This poor girl was just like shoved in this thing all day
my
long. And we ended up taking her just because I felt bad for this girl. Like, she looked pitiful.
Yeah.
Because
And it was supposed to be a boy, and
Oh,
it's a girl.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a Suriname red tail boa, and she's about 12 foot. Yeah, she's a big girl.
Yeah, and when we took her to like get sexed at dad's. I had physical therapy, so we brought her to physical therapy too.
Yep.
Oh, fun. I bet the PT loved that.
Oh yeah, they were freaking out. They're like, "What? No way!" And they they had to all come out and really, yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, that's there's some we have some pretty awesome snakes. What do you think color wise? Which one is your favorite color wise visually to look at?
Probably Star, because she's like bright yellow, but she's also, I think she's got like a darker stripe on her
Yeah,
back.
dorsal, like a really dark dorsal stripe. Yeah,
Ooh.
it's real
And
pretty.
you said she's het puzzle?
Yeah.
I'm going to put her on a date with my lesser puzzle boy.
Next year, I think she's actually
Right?
gravid right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
So
exciting.
we shall see. Fingers crossed. But so yeah, what did you get for your present? She has she graduates in 2 weeks, right?
That's so exciting.
No, prom's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I graduate in like 3.5.
Yeah, something like that. And then she also has her 18th birthday coming up. So something else she begged me for. And what did you get?
I got a lychee. Her name is
So
Watermelon.
Yeah, she's gonna be like the bright, like the more neon green and pink, and yeah, really neat species. I mean, I've always wanted one. It wasn't that hard to convince me, but I had set aside a budget for her, what she was allowed to do, and that's what she chose. And
That's awesome.
you know,
I want
even
one of those so bad.
so neat. I actually am taking this girl to so this is let's see if you guys can see her. So I got a little baby lychee in here. This is for Jamie at Morph Forge. So she's going to be meeting us out at the expo tomorrow and picking up her new baby. So I'm really excited for that. She ended up buying that from Dad's, and I picked it up today.
Awesome.
So yeah, she's so tiny. Yeah, that's the last one there. They sold really fast.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and trying to think. I lost my train of thought there for a second. I was gonna go back to with the horses. What were we talking about before that?
We were talking about, I mean, the lychee, it was like her birthday gift, and you set aside a budget.
Oh, that was the birthday stuff. Like, so just me being a single parent, my budget has always been tight.
Yeah.
I mean, I always try my best to do everything I can for you guys and get them the things they want and, you know, whatever. But when it came to like birthdays, you know, birthdays can be really expensive and the parties and all this stuff. So, and she had a horse at this time, and it was, do you want to go show at this horse show or do you want a birthday party? Because it always seemed to fall like right at the same time. And she'd always chose the animals. She always wanted to go do something with them all the time. At one time we chose a party at like a water park. But otherwise beyond that, it's like something with animals. So for me, I'm like, I love this. This is great. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like I just applied for the dog job.
Yeah, she just applied for a job at a kennel, and I never really pushed her to get a job. One, when we were going through a lot of the depression and the anxiety, I didn't want to also then throw a job on her and then try to get your schoolwork done and do, you know, like I personally thought it was too much, and why put her in a position that's not the best situation for her, that's not going to help her succeed.
Yeah.
I really wanted her to focus on her school, and also, you know, she's helping out with the snakes here and stuff like that. Like, yeah, yes, like, yes, we're now putting out the job applications, we're graduating school, like, but she has, you know, also got her stuff going for college.
Nice.
You know, but like that was my priority, and I just felt like and this is just for me, like, you know, like that's just what I wanted to do as a parent. I wanted you to be able to focus on that. I'm someone who has worked from a very young age, and you know, a lot of things, you know, didn't do so great because of that. And I wanted to make sure that I just gave them a different opportunity in what they need as an individual. Her sister might be different when she grows up and might be okay to go get that job and do this and whatever. But I definitely just felt for Crysta, like it just would have been too much on her plate.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, sure, like jobs are great and stuff, but I mean, if you've got that much else going on, you can wait. That's totally fine. Wait
100%.
until you can focus on it and it's not just going to be some additional stressor for you.
Right.
way
So you're
better
gonna have
just
to
wait.
work almost the rest of your life, you know, like
Yes. Yeah.
not rushing you into it. And yeah, and I really don't think it would have helped the anxiety and depression. I think it would have made it worse, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we've tried doing therapy, and there was one great therapist when she was younger, and then there was a not so great therapist. And it just you also need to make sure you're figuring out what works for you. Um I think it's just really just finding someone you can be open and honest with. And just learning, yeah, basically how to love yourself, because that's where things are going to come from. People will be around you, they'll love you, and they will support you and do anything they can. But really it boils down to, like, okay, what is causing these issues, and how do we help get over them? Do you have any thoughts or advice you'd like to give? Anything that has just helped you get over things when it was like really bad?
I mean, definitely, like, other than like parents, find friends that, like, when you ask for help, they're gonna help you and not just like blow it off or laugh in your face. And like like they'll like push you towards like the right step, and they won't support the bad things that you do.
Right. Yeah, people that just generally care about you. Really. And I mean, really knowing that you have even one person, because it's not about the amount that you have, it's about the quality. It's like
Oh,
having
absolutely.
those good people. Like, how many times I've said, like, I never have how many friends am I going out and partying with, or dates or whatever? Like, am I doing that
All the time.
Constantly.
You're gonna talk to Becky about plants again, or Bess, like, yeah. But like, really, how much am I doing that?
Like maybe once or twice a month.
Like, and not even, and that's not reptile related, where I'm going to an expo. Let's be fair.
Then maybe like once a month.
There's a dog. So like, yeah, like maybe once a month, maybe.
You used to go out more often, like with Jen.
Yeah, Jen and I, we went out once. Or no, we went twice. We went to a comedy show, and we went to the one place where band was playing. Yeah.
I thought you went more.
No, we went out twice.
Yeah,
but yeah, it just, I don't know. It's not about having the the quantity and going out and partying and doing all this stuff. Like, that's not, it's just not who I am. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I want to be there for my kids. I don't want to, I don't know. I just don't want to surround myself with a bunch of fake people that aren't really there and in your corner. And I want you to have those quality people that are there for you and in your corner. Because, like, I have always said to her, like, I'm not going to always be here. As much as that sucks to hear, I want to encourage you just becoming that strong, independent woman, and just, yeah, just learning how to handle things, and just really just growing to be confident and loving yourself, because that's no matter what. Like, there's times when I have money and we can go do fun things, and then there's times like now where I have no money and it stinks, and like, yeah, we don't get to do much, but like, we still try to make the best of it, and we're trying to make things work. And I'm so grateful that both of my kids are so understanding of that, and that because as a mom, it totally sucked to be like, oh, we gotta cut this, we gotta cut that, we can't do this, like it, like, because I had worked so hard to provide us, these things for my children, and I had things I wanted to go do, and vacations, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, it's her last year before she's 18, she's gonna be out of the house soon, and I'm like, I can't work right now. Oh my gosh, this sucks. Like, but like, I always have to even tell myself, like, it's not all about all those things that I can get these guys. It's about like the time that we can, spend together, the conversations. And thankfully my kids are pretty good about it. Like, don't get me wrong, Crysta still begs for her things. Don't get me wrong.
Sure. We all got to ask.
And I still try to make things work. And, just, like I say, imagine if this happened and we didn't even have the snakes to sell. But then I'm like, well, this would have never happened if I didn't have snakes in the first place.
True. You kind of got yourself into this mess and you're getting yourself out,
But it's like, thankfully, since we have such a good little team, like of with the snakes, and we have the babies, we have inventory to sell and stuff, stuff to help us get by for the moment.
Yeah.
And, we sold a few animals that we didn't necessarily want to, but we didn't need them in the program. And that's where we were like, with the one snake she got, it was like, do we sell her or keep her? That was the present. And I was like, we just can't do that one. Do I need her? No. But, she has some great memories with that snake. And
yeah,
it just, I think it's, I don't know. I just think it's, and I just think it's awesome. The person you're turning into, like, you impress me a lot every day. Like, you just keep growing and growing. I'm like, man, you are doing awesome, kid. Like, really, I'm so proud of you. I love you.
Yeah, you did awesome. I'm so glad that you were willing to come on here and chat with us and share your experience with us. And yeah, I'm very thankful too. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing all that you did.
Yeah. She's like, oh, just compliments.
Like,
we all get weird about compliments. We're like, oh no.
Oh my God, the worst. Yeah.
What do? We need to hide.
Right.
But, well, I know we're at that hour mark. I thank you so much for being brave and coming on. This would have never happened. Like, even I would say a few months ago. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, like, lights bother my eyes, so it makes me cry all the time.
She's not tearing up.
Eyes. I'm like, it's like every show I do, I'm like always wiping my eyes. I'm like, I'm not crying.
It's just a very emotional person.
I'd like to sit in the dark and talk if possible. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate you guys. Do you have any last words you want to say to anybody? Not even Noah.
No.
Noah, she doesn't want to say anything. We're being shy.
We'll keep everyone posted on our next show date. Things might be a little bit up in the air here for Ashley with her surgery coming up. So we may be taking a little bit of a pause here, but we will keep everyone posted and let you know when we're going to be back up next.
That's a good. So I brought it all upstairs. We'll see. Hopefully we'll be back sooner than later. But
yes,
I don't know exactly everything they're doing in the surgery until they're in there. I know one thing they're doing for sure, which will knock me out for a little bit, but hopefully they don't have to do more.
Yes. Well, best of luck. You're going to do great.
So much. Thanks much. Well, and I will see you tomorrow. And guess what?
Yes.
It's time to start packing. Yay!
Yay! I know I have to go label a ton of plants, and I see like my daughter just staring at me. She's like, "Mom, when are you going to come play with me?" So, yeah.
All right. Well, I hope everyone has a great show tonight, and go check out the RWO. They're on tonight, Sipping with Serpents with Nick. Go check him out, and we'll see everyone later.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Bye.